Blockers is a comedy directed by Kay Cannon. If you don't know who she is, she wrote the Pitch Perfect trilogy. She directs this movie, but she doesn't write it. The writers are other people. Essentially, this movie is about three parents. There's Mitchell, the gung-ho sports dad, played by John Cena. There's Elisa, the sort of clingy single mom who only has her daughter in her life. And there's also Hunter, the deadbeat dad, played by Ike Barinholtz. So the three of them aren't really friends, even though their children are. And their three daughters are grown up and they're going to prom. And one of the daughters accidentally leaves her laptop on with the chat in it. So when they go off to have their amazing prom, they decide to make a sex pact beforehand. They all want to lose their virginity on prom night. The parents find out by accident and decide to follow the kids and stop them from making the biggest mistake of their lives. So as a concept, Blocker seems like it would be a kind of a crappy comedy. You know, it's a very thin premise and it's going to be one of those wacky, crude humor, you know, all stretched out over one night. And it is, but the movie has a lot of heart and depth to it that talks about double standards and how it's such a big mistake for women to lose their virginity on prom night. But if you swap the genders to boys, there wouldn't be a concept for a movie now, would there? Also, the jokes are pretty funny. It goes from crude to heartwarming to hilarious to subtle. The movie is definitely a little bit crude in terms of language, but there's nothing sexual too bad in it. Great performances from the three main leads of the parents as well as the teenagers. So Blockers was definitely a nice surprise for me. It's definitely one of the funnier movies I've seen. So I give Blockers a 7.5 out of 10.